For today's Cyber CEO episode,
when I first engaged with Cyberbacker, I kind of went in a different direction and really was getting a lot of support with transaction coordination. But then my Cyberbacker was actually pushing me for more work and offering that they could do more than what I was even asking them to do. So that was really fantastic. Their positive attitude and the energy that they bring into my space and into my world, it's almost infectious. And their level of commitment to the work that they do, they just are so passionate about doing a great job.
welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show. Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're very excited to have you. And again, I know you're very busy. Really appreciate you dropping by. Now, to start things off, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are business owners just like yourself. So I need your help. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe we can start with, what's your role in the business, Matt?
Yep. So I'm a Rainmaker CEO of a small team in Hudson Valley, New York.
Okay. So how long have you been in the business, Matt?
Just over 8 years.
8 years. So a lot of experience right there. But how about working with someone virtual, just like what you're doing now with your cyberbackers? Is this your first time?
Nope. I had a few other virtual assistants before finding Cyberbacker.
Okay. Talking about finding Cyberbacker, who introduced you about Cyberbacker? I mean,
my MAPS coach actually recommended Cyberbacker to me. My MAPS coach had been working with Cyberbacker and knew of some of the struggles and challenges that I was having with my current VA company, and that's how I got connected with Cyberbacker.
All right. So referral from your MAPS coach. Now, before you got to work with your cyberbackers, what were those things or tasks that you needed help with, though, Matt?
Initially, it was a lot of database work, a lot of data entry, trying to fine tune and get the database and my client contacts working correctly, and creating systems around that so that we would be doing the things we were supposed to do.
Right. So mainly your database, then, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
All right. Now, how did your cyberbackers get into the picture? How did they help you with your database and other tasks?
Well, yeah. So when I first engaged with Cyberbacker, I kind of went in a different direction and really was getting a lot of support with transaction coordination. But then my Cyberbacker was actually pushing me for more work and offering that they could do more than what I was even asking them to do. So that was really fantastic.
Gosh. And how long have you been partnered with Cyberbackers then?
Probably maybe 3.5 years.
3.5 years now with Cyberbacker, right?
Mm-hmm. With Cyberbacker.
Yes, gosh, right there. A lot of experience again there. Now, how has that grown though? Do you still remember that, let's say, first initial list that you created that you wanted them to do? And how about now, 3 years after?
Yeah. So it's definitely been a big growth for me as well, to understand and know how to better define exactly what needs to be done and what my expectations are. And along the way, Cyberbacker certainly has built a lot better systems around that as well to help me to help my Cyberbacker and be able to give better direction that way.
Yes, a mutual partnership, right?
Yeah, for sure. Sure. And like I said, initially it was kind of transaction coordination. Mm-hmm. And after I moved through a couple different cyberbackers that I worked with, finally really have developed a really great relationship with the two cyberbackers I work with now.
There we go. Now, for someone who's doing this for the first time, let's say someone who's listening right now, a business owner that's doing this right now, what tip can you give them when choosing a cyberbacker? What are the important things that they have to take note of?
I think the first step is really clearly understanding what you want that cyberbacker to do. And the activity that I went through to figure that out was I spent 2 weeks writing in a journal every time I did something that I didn't want to do, or every time I did something that like aggravated me that I had to do it, I wrote it down in a journal. And after 2 weeks, I had pages of stuff. Yeah, I was able to then go through and find commonality and find the 8 or 10 things that really made up most of those notes that I had made, which then becomes the job description for the cyberbacker, right? And then when I did my interview with cyberbacker initially, before even going through the interview process, I was able to say, hey, these are the tasks that I'm looking to have done and I'm looking to have support with. And you were able to give me the direction I needed for that.
So basically creating that job description first, making sure that you know what you want to leverage then. The things that you have, that have to be done, but you don't have the time to do, something like that.
That's correct. Yep, that's right.
Gotcha. Now, I know it's been a while now, your partnership with Cyberbacker, 3 years running. How important is communication in a partnership, in a virtual partnership just like this, man?
It's probably even more important than when you have someone physically, because when you're in the same physical space, communication just kind of naturally occurs. Yeah. And yet communication with my cyberbackers has to be very intentional on my part. I really have to make sure that I have set time and a set schedule. But the beauty of it is once I say, hey, we're going to talk and we're going to meet at these times every day, my cyberbacker is the one that holds me accountable to it and keeps me on track.
So basically you do meet them every day then, is that right?
Every day, typically 3 times a day, every day with both of my cyberbackers.
Wow. So constant communication then is needed for this partnership. Now, more than 3 years of your partnership with Cyberbacker, has it been a good investment so far within the past 3 years, you think?
It has. And I'll just put out there to say that I think that the right cyberbacker is really important. And I think that finding the right cyberbacker is important, just like having the right business coach in my business is really important. And I went through several coaches before I found the right one for me. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's the same thing with cyberbacker, that you have to be willing to say, hey, this person and I aren't quite lining up, or we're not meshing right, and we need to find the right person. And cyberbacker, really supported me with that journey as well initially.
Okay. Now, something in relation to that, though, Matt, finding the right person. And now after that, once you find a perfect person, the perfect cyberbacker for your needs and your business, then you have to work on the partnership, right? Now, how does it become a successful partnership then between the both of you?
I think that relates back to the question you had before. It's communication. It's all about keeping an open line of communication. And for me, it's recognizing that my cyberbacker is someone on my staff, just like if I had someone physically in my office, that I have to be there to help them see their professional growth, as well as for them to be meeting the needs of the business.
There we go. So really, communication, true and true, the most important factor in this virtual partnership. Now, one last thing before I let you go today, Matt. For sure, both of your cyberbackers are going to be listening once we have this out online, of course. Now, what do you like most about your cyberbackers? What's the first thing that comes to mind when we talk about it?
Their positive attitude and the energy that they bring into my space and into my world. Yep, it's almost infectious, and their level of commitment to the work that they do. They just are so passionate about doing a great job.
Here. Now, Matt, we are very excited to see, of course, the continued success of this partnership through the next couple of years. And again, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you today, Matt.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of Cyber CEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.